Rob, months and months have gone by now, and we're finally here, start of the season. Are you excited? The players seem to be.
Yeah, I think we're ready for it, and that's. I think a good pre-season should be like that. The guys should be ready to go, chomping at the bit a little bit, and I think that's what we're seeing. I think we've timed it pretty well. We haven't had them in too long, I don't think, and we've given them plenty of time away as well. And I think that's been important because it keeps them kind of mentally and physically fresh, and it has got them ready to the stage where they want to knock each other around a little bit. Training has become a little bit more physical, and probably as coaches we genuinely need to see them now in the pressure scenario of a proper referee, proper opponents, game scenario, to see some of the things that we've worked on, see how they go, but also to see where the players are, physically and mentally.
We've talked in the past about our success in getting to finals means you have a shorter pre-season. Not the case this year.
Well, we still had a shorter pre-season on both sides, but we've had a little bit more time than we normally have had, and so we actually haven't massively changed the amount of time with guys we've been in training, but we've been able to give them more breaks, and that probably allows us to just be that little bit more intense. Has allowed them to refresh a little bit more, and has probably meant that we've got a few more guys absolutely flying and ready to go for what effectively in other seasons will be pre-season fixtures, but are now competitive and potentially the opportunity to win the first piece of silverware of the season.
We've talked as well about how every side's going to look at this differently, this 4-week block. There is no pre-season friendlies to utilise the squad. It's going to be different, isn't it?
Well, it's going to be interesting. I mean, anybody who's seen sales selection, I don't think the first team have announced their selection. It's pretty much full on. And anyone who looks at our selection will see it's not completely full on, but we're giving lots of people opportunities. Everyone's going to use it a little bit differently, and I think that's probably going to be the beauty of the competition this year, is that's what will create. It'll create some interesting challenges, but I think the big thing for me is I think it's going to be fantastic to see, particularly some of our young players being challenged against potentially some very good players and maybe even international quality players. That gives them the best opportunity to really stand up and shows what they're made of, and I think that's what I really want to see. I really want to see which individual players get it right as much as how we get it right collectively.
As Ricky said last week with the Sevens, it was their first opportunity to lay down a marker. For these guys, it's going to be their chance, isn't it?
Absolutely, 100%. And I actually think these games, the games when it's probably not going to be perfect, are the best opportunity to show the kind of character and the kind of qualities that you've got. Because I think sometimes players can look around and go, it's not going to go quite well today, and find the reasons for it to go wrong. Other guys who've got quite strong characters look around, they find all the reasons to play really well, and those are the people I want to see working on Saturday. I want to see the people who've got lots of reasons to make it work really well for them.
You won't know who Bath are going to play, but past experiences tells us it's going to be a tough game.
We've never had an easy fixture against them, whether it's an A-League game, any of these cup competitions, Premiership. I've said many times they're the team that we took the longest to beat in the Premiership, and it's still got that added a little bit of edge of a local derby. I think it's going to be a real competitive game. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the players we've got out on the field, so either whether because they're a new player or, as I say, one of our younger players. And I actually think it's going to be one of those days where the weather should still hold, hopefully, and we can see what our pre-season has been about, because we can still judge these guys physically as to where we are as a group. And as I said, it could be a breakthrough opportunity for one or two lads who might get some genuine time in the Premiership.
And finally, the squad is looking pretty thick out there at the moment. You're getting guys back from that rehab period or summer surgery. Looking all right.
It's slowly thickening out, which is nice. Starting to see guys like Johnny Hill running around in a red shirt that taking part in training is obviously fantastic. We've had one or two other guys who've had limited time in training in kind of red bibs finishing off, and obviously we've had a few guys in and out and in and around with injuries, and it is starting to thicken out a little bit. We've still got a few weeks to go with a few guys, but we had a very competitive training group today, and to think we've got some quality internationals to add on to that, and still some quality guys who are injured. It is boding to look like we've got a very strong squad for the season again.